any shape, they are the fixed geometry, right? Shape, whatever, point, line, segment, ray, line, and see, for suppose, I want to draw rectangle. I need four lines in this one. So we will call it as a quadrilateral. So four lines, lines, whose sorry, this is geometrical shape is having the definition only line segment. So with the line segment we can have the different types of shape. This which we are able to measure. Okay, the line segment only having the definition. That means we draw the line segment to measure the length of the line segment and we can find different measures with the line segment. So as we are going to learn in this chapter, measures of line shape and the things of the chapter. Line is nothing but
lines in the sense we can't able to measure the length of the line because that is doesn't have the definite length. But which one is having the definite length? Line segment. So line segment length we can able to find how in this chapter we are going to learn how we are going to measure the length of the line segments and how we are constructing the line segments and how we are comparing two line segments. And coming to the angles. So now in this chapter we will discuss about what are, see previous chapter we have studied what is an angle, how it is forming, yes or no. Now we are going to learn how the angles are differentiated and how to identify them when measures are given and when measures not given, how to construct the angles using the instruments and how to measure the angles also. See, before that you must know whatever different shapes are geometrical shapes, whatever geometrical instruments are there to construct this type of lines and angles. So now I'm going to discuss about different instruments we are using in construction of those geometrical shapes. So first of all, we have such type of geometrical shape. What we will call for it? See, first line will be more they will give and middle four smaller one and fifth one somewhat bigger than the remaining four and again four. So fifth line will be the somewhat biggest one and total 10 smaller lines we will get from one bigger line to other bigger line. First one is considered as 0 centimeter. Next one 1 centimeter. Like that they are differentiated. 2 centimeters. 3 centimeters. 4 centimeters. 5 centimeters. Like this we have till 15 centimeters we will get on the scale. So scale is our first geometrical shape. With this only, scale is also referred as a ruler. With this instrument, without this instrument we can't draw any shape. So with the scale only we can draw any of the shape. And on the scale we have a smaller scale 0 to 15 centimeters they will indicate, and for longer large scale we will have 30 centimeters measurements, and these measurements are divided into centimeters. Each centimeter is having smaller 10 lines, so that smaller lines are termed as millimeters. 1 centimeter is equal to 10 millimeters. So here each smaller line indicates 1 millimeter value. Okay, and 0 to 1, this complete length is equal to 10 millimeters. 10 millimeters is nothing but 1 centimeter. That's why we have 1. And 1 to 2, again 10 millimeters. That is 1 more centimeter. So total 1 plus 1, 2 centimeters. Okay, this is our basic instrument which we are using to construct lines, line segments, angles, anything. So basic instrument is scale. Without this we can't form any shape. Okay, but suppose I want to trace a eraser. Eraser is in this shape, yes or no? So tracing is nothing but I am keeping the eraser like this and just I am taking its copy. Now measure what is the length of eraser, what is the breadth of eraser. See, it is looking like a rectangle. So we can, if we are finding here to here, how much length is there? So that length can be measured by a scale or ruler. This is the basic geometrical instrument. Okay. And after that, in your geometry box, you will get like this one of the geometrical figure. What we will call for this shape? Half of the circle only. No, half of the circle is termed as a semicircle. Yes or no? So the geometrical instrument which is having semicircle shape is called as protractor. Protractor. Okay, and this is the instrument which we are using to construct angles and measure the angles. So now how the different measures are given on the protractor we will see. See, actually here you will get one of the line. This side 0 to 180 degrees and again 0 to 180 degrees. Upper values, inner values, both we will have. Observe, if you have the instruments, whatever I am telling, just observe. Okay. Now, here one of the shape you will get like this and like this. Wherever they are meeting, this point is termed as 90 degrees. L shape. Okay. 90 degrees. L shape. Wherever you are getting L shape, they are at their corner, you will get 90 degrees angle. Remember this. Okay. So now 0 to 180 is divided into two halves. See, actually circle is 360 degrees, making 360 degrees. In that half of the circle is making 180 degrees. Okay. And again it is divided into half. So that is 90 degrees. 180 by 2, 90 degrees. And this half portion is known as a semicircle. So we have such type of instrument like semicircle. That instrument name is given by protractor. Measure the angle. Now on the instrument, some of the measurements they are given. So 0 to 180 from one direction, down values 0 to 180, and upper values also we have 0 to 180. Why they are given two values, and between each degrees, see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like this. Each smaller line indicates 1 degree. And the protractor 0 to 180 degrees are mentioned. Each smaller line indicates 1 degree. Okay, and so some of this direction, how we are calling, if we are counting these inner values, inner, in that case, like this we will get. Actually, in the hands of the clock, when the time is passing, how the hands of the clock are moving? Like in this direction, no? So like this we are going, yes or no? But just observe, now I am counting in this direction, opposite to this one. If direction is like this, okay, then that is a clockwise direction. And if the direction is reversely like this given, that is anti-clockwise. Clockwise direction and anti-clockwise direction. Now inner values are anti-clockwise direction. Okay, anti-clockwise. And these upper values indicates the clockwise direction. When we are using those inner values and outer values, upper values, we will discuss later on. So first of all, what are the different instruments we are using? Observe. First instrument is scale or ruler. So to draw any geometrical shape, we must and should need scale or ruler. And second geometrical shape is protractor. To construct the angles and measure the angles, we are using this protractor. And it is in the shape of a semicircle. Under the protractor, we have two different types of measurements shown. And one is in 0 to 180 anti-clockwise direction and clockwise direction. Both directions we have 0 to 180 degrees are mentioned on the protractor. And coming next topic, next instrument is I'm telling what are the different types of instruments. where we are using, that's it, and how the measurements are placed on that, that's it. Now construction and all I am not teaching. Next, I'll, after finishing this topic, I'll teach that one. And one of the two instruments you will get like this, like this. So these are known as set squares. The set squares are used to trace the triangles or to find out the triangular shapes only. So here triangles are there. We can consider they are having two perpendicular lines. Two perpendicular triangles. These two are in right angle triangle shape. Right angle triangle, why I am telling? Because compulsory two of their sides make 90 degrees angles. Compulsory. Observe those two set squares. One of the angle compulsory will be equal to 90 degrees. Those two are termed as right angle triangle because one of the angle is 90 degrees. So that types of triangles also will discuss later on. Already I told you when equal to 90 degrees, if any one of the angle is there, that is said to be right angled triangle. Less than 90, acute angle triangle. More than 90 is obtuse angle triangle. Now, compulsory for these set squares, you will get one of the angle equal to 90 degrees. Means those two refers to right angled triangles. So, to trace the right angle triangles, we are using these set squares. And to draw the perpendiculars also, we will use the set squares. Perpendiculars, why I am telling here, just observe if I am drawing, if I am taking the set square and drawing its edges, then they are forming perpendicular lines. That's all. Now, next type of instrument is like this. I'll get. Okay, observe. This type of instrument is known as divider. Its name is divider. And why we are using this divider? See, both sides you will get arms, sides, they only will give it. Here we can't able to set any other extra object. Why we are using? To draw, it is impossible to use it. To draw the shape, it is impossible to use. Because we can't able to set the pencil at all. Then why it is useful? See, if I have one of the line segment like this and other line segment is like this, then it is my first line segment AB, CD is my second line segment. So by observing itself, we can say that AB is lesser than CD. Just by observing the two figures, I can able to say that AB is lesser than CD. But is this possible in every time? I have like this, for suppose PQ, and like this I have R. Yes. Observe line segment PQ and RS. Which one is more? Are we able to tell directly? No. For that sake, we have the measurement. So we can measure the length of PQ. For suppose it is 5 centimeters and it is 6 centimeters. Then we can say that RS is more than PQ. But observe, this length we can measure through the scale. Just now I told you to measure the line segment's length, we are going to use a scale. So by using the scale, we can find out the length of PQ as well as RS. Okay, that is one method, and we can compare which one is lesser, which one is greater, like that. But when measures are not given, for suppose if we are not able to use a scale, in that case we have the instrument called a divider, is used to compare those two line segments. So how we are comparing by using that instrument, we will discuss later. Just nothing is there. What we have to do, take first any one of the line segments. Now first I am using AB. Use your divider. Place one of the pointer of the divider is here. and other pointer you will get here. Okay, now I don't want this measurement, that's all. This much length I have. Now, without disturbing the divider, keep at another starting point of the other line segment. This arm keep here, place here. Okay, now automatically I'll get till here only. Another arm of the divider I'll get this place. So just observe it is more than this one. Means CD is greater than AB. Yes or no? Otherwise AB is lesser than CD. That's it. Dividers చేసేటప్పుడు first దాని length ఇది నాది first line segment for suppose. సో ఒక పాయింటర్ ఇక్కడ పెట్టేసేయాలి డివైడర్ది, మిగతా పాయింటర్ ని డ్రాగ్ చేసుకోవాలి, ఇక్కడ వరకు చూసుకోవాలి. ఓకే, ఇలా పెట్టేసేయాలి. పెట్టేసిన తర్వాత ఇప్పుడు ఇంకొక లైన్ సెగ్మెంట్ ఉంది నాది LM అని. అప్పుడు ఏదో ఒక పాయింట్ దగ్గర ఈ సెట్ చేసిన డివైడర్ ని ఇక్కడ పెట్టేసేయాలి, L దగ్గర పెట్టేసాను. అది తీసుకుంటే సపోజ్ ఇక్కడికే వచ్చేసింది PQ లెంత్. అప్పుడు PQ ఈజ్ లెస్సర్ దాన్ LM బికాస్ LM portion is more than PQ, yes or no? Otherwise LM is more than PQ. So for comparison we are using this instrument divider. And remember, while we are doing with the scale, it will take some time. We have to find out the length of PQ as well as LM, then we have to decide which one is more. So to avoid it, we can use the divider to compare two line segments. Okay, first one is a scale or ruler. Without the scale or ruler we can't form any geometrical shape. So for constructing every geometrical shape we need scale for measurement also. Second thing, protractor. Protractor is an instrument which is used to measure the angles and construct the angles, and it is in the semicircle shape. So clockwise direction it is having 180 degrees measurements as well as anti-clockwise direction also. And next, thirdly we have set square. Set squares are in the shape of a triangle. And thirdly we have a divider. Next we have a divider. Divider is the instrument which is having two arms and both sides you will get their pointers. Okay, compulsory they only inbuilt. This instrument is not used for drawing. This is used to measure, that's all. So this instrument is help us to compare two line segments. Okay, for comparison of line segments we are using divider. And next, thirdly we have compass. So this is the fourth instrument, and after that compass. Total 5 instruments. Compass, how we are using the compass? See, to draw this shape, this line segment, I can use a scale. That's it. But how can I draw this type of shape? Can I use a scale to draw this shape? No. For that sake, we have the instrument called so like this. I have one instrument, it is called as a compass. Okay, to draw any circular shape or to draw arcs we are using the compass. Remember this. Okay, first geometrical instruments. First one is scale or ruler, and it is used in constructing every geometrical shape. Secondly, we have protractor. It is used to construct the angles and measure the angles. And thirdly, we have set square. Set squares is in the shape of a triangle. To draw the perpendiculars or to draw the perpendicular triangles, we can use set square. And fourth one, we have a divider. Divider is having two arms. Okay, it is used to compare two line segments, that's all. And fifth one is a compass. Compass is having two arms, but only one side we have the pointer, other side to keep the pencil we have one of the adjustments here. So now why we are using this compass means, compass is used to draw the like circular shapes, and wherever we need to draw, we need to construct triangles, quadrilaterals, any shape, we have to use compass only. Okay, these are the different types of geometrical instruments which we are using in case of construction of, that is, measures of lines and angles. Measures of lines and angles means here we are going to learn how to measure the line segment, how to construct the line segment, and how to compare the line segments. What are the different types of angles, how to measure them, construct them by using the instrument protractor. Okay, only two things here we are going to perform. What are the different types of how to construct the line segments, how to compare the line segments, how to draw the angles, how to measure the angles. That's all. So my first topic is measure of a line segment. Measure of a line segment. See, here I am giving one of the line segment like this. PQ is my line segment. I want to measure its length. For that sake, we have two methods. We can use a scale as well as a compass also. So first we are learning the basics. So now I am using I am telling how to construct by using the scale itself. Okay. And in further chapter, we have how to construct by using the compass also. That is our last chapter. Okay, but now I am going to tell how to construct the line segment using scale. That's all. So first of all, what you have to do, I want to measure its length, measurement, not construction, measurement. So wherever you have the line segment, take your scale and place your scale just exactly below the line segment. Okay. Now first one, as I told you, this one is 0. So wherever 0 is there you must place it. Actually, for some cases, some of the scales you will get before some space also. So where you are getting 0, that line indication, 0 also they will not mention. Line like this they will draw one of the line, and after that smaller lines will be started. So where you are getting the bigger line, that at that opposite, at that line, place the point. Where first point is there, place that line at the first point. After that, see, after finishing this, we will get 1 centimeter, 2 centimeters. See, like this only I will get 2 centimeters, 3 centimeters, 4 centimeters, 5 centimeters, 6 like this I will get total 15 centimeters. Now I want to know what is the length of this PQ. So as I told you, wherever P is there, first place your scale 0 centimeters mark on that P. Okay. And now just observe the scale. Where is that Q? At which point, for which line it is opposite? We must observe. One finished. Q is at here. Means just observe this one. Like this we have. 4 centimeters completely over. After that, smaller lines are there. So that each smaller line we can take as 0.1 because 1 centimeter is equal to 10 millimeters. From that, 1 millimeter is equal to 1 by 10 centimeters. 1 by 10 centimeters is nothing but 0.1 centimeters. So now I want to measure this length in centimeters only. 4.1, 4.2, 4.3, 4.4. So PQ, length of PQ is equal to 4.4 centimeters. Why I am using centimeters for this? Because it is length, yes or no, length, distance covered between P and Q is known as length of the line segment PQ. Okay, so we have founded the length of the line segment using the instrument ruler. Okay, how we are doing that? Wherever line segment they will give a line EM for, suppose they are given, place your first line on that first point and try to find out where is at which line it's opposite, at which line another point M is opposite. So by identifying that we can get its length. I hope you understood. See, 4 lines completely over. After a smaller lines, how many smaller lines are there? 4.1, 2, 3, 4. So its length is 4.4 centimeters. And next, like that only we can follow for any of the line segments. In this way, we can measure the length of the line segment. Only measurement I am telling now. So now, for suppose I have another question. RS is my line segment. I want to measure this line segment using scale. Whatever, in however direction is there, use the scale as is. How the line segment is given, in that direction only keep your scale also. So first of all, I want to keep at R, first 0 centimeters line at R. Like that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, where it is ending. So suppose it is ending at 7.3. Then length of RS is equal to 7.3 centimeters. Use your scale to measure the length of the line segment. Okay. And for suppose I have 2 line segments. So by observing only we can say that AB is lesser than PQ, but by measurements, by using the instrument. So what I told you, to compare 2 line segments, we have 2 ways. First we can measure the length of those 2 line segments. After that we will decide which one is lesser, which one is greater. But that is difficult to do always. To avoid that difficultness, we have the instrument divider to compare 2 line segments. So divider, how I told you, let's take any of the length of the PQ by using the divider. So here to here I need to find out the length of the PQ by using the divider like this. This is the divider. I'm placing first pointer at P and I'm dragging that pointer till Q. First ఇలా ఉంటాయి కదా రెండు. సో ఇవి రెండు 2 pointers, 2 arms. ఫస్ట్ పాయింటర్ ఇక్కడ పెట్టేశాను, సెకండ్ పాయింటర్ క్యూ వరకు లాక్కొని రావాలి. అప్పుడు దాని లెంత్ పీక్యూ వచ్చేస్తుంది. సో ఇలా వచ్చిన తర్వాత అది పీక్యూ లెంత్. ఓకే, పీక్యూ లెంత్. ఇప్పుడు నెక్స్ట్ లైన్ సెగ్మెంట్ వాట్ ఎవర్ ఈస్ దేర్, ఫస్ట్ పాయింటర్ ప్లేస్ at A. Just first pointer from P we have started now. So like that only keep at A. Okay. Now just drag the lines. Don't drag, don't disturb. Just place some. If it is more, here we will get that another pointer. If it is less, we will get here. If it is equal, on the B only you will get that. Okay. So here PQ is more, so it is out of compulsory. Out of that line we will get. So AB is less than PQ. Yes, just compared, no, by using the divider. Otherwise, if both are equal, then AB is equal to PQ. Otherwise, AB is more than PQ. These three possibilities only will get it, or no? And just observe here, if two line segments are equal, then they are termed as congruent line segments. Equal line segments. Congruent in the sense equal. Equal in size as well as shape. Then they are said to be congruent. Similar means equal in shape, that's all, not in size. These two are two circles, equal in shape, similar in shape. So similar figures, not same size, no. These are just similar figures. If two objects are having same size and same shape, so size and shape both are same. So these two circles, so these are termed as congruent circles. Here I have used circles as circles. Understand? Why I am telling that concept means when two line segments are equal, they are also termed as congruent line segments. Congruent line segments. So there is a possibility they may be equal or greater or lesser. They will be related with any of these three relations. If suppose those are equal, then they are termed as congruent line segments. Okay? Here some of the activities are given. See, for suppose I want to find out this one of the edge of this duster. See, line segments are nothing but just the edges of any figure, yes or no? Edge of the board, edge of the book, edge of the door, edge of the eraser, edge of this pen. All those are comes under line segments only. So we can, wherever we are able to measure the length, all those are examples of line segments. For suppose take to stitch a uniform, we don't want complete cloth. Some of the cloth we will take. That cloth, how you are measuring from one end to other end, that shopkeeper will measure with the tape. So the tape is the geometrical instrument, and length, what is the length required for cloth? That is the length of the line segment. Now here some of the activities are given. Collect postcards, okay, different postcards, and say just find out postcard means how we are getting envelope, no? Like this we will get envelope. In this envelope, I want to find out the length, breadth, because it is in rectangular shape, no? Length, breadth I want to measure. So for that, I need to take the scale, and I must observe what is the length of 0 to, for suppose 6 we got it. So length of this line segment is 6 centimeters. Like that only we need to place it this side now to get its length. And for a rectangle, opposite sides are equal. Here also 6. For suppose it is 2 centimeters, this one also 2 centimeters. Now, why I am telling this? You have the activity, collect some of the postcards, observe their length, breadth, find out for every object, every envelope, every envelope. So, is every envelope is having same measurements? Observe. If you are getting, see, if those are of same kind, compulsory you will get same. So same size, same shape, then they are said to be congruent. If not equal, then not incongruent. Okay. And one more activity is given. See, take your eraser, trace your eraser that is in the rectangular shape and find its length breadth. Like that, take any object, take your book and find out its length by using your scale. Take pencil, find out its edge, length of its edge. That is nothing but measurement of line segment only. So that is activity portion. You just try, okay? And now coming to the exercise problems. Okay, observe, this is my question. Give any 5 examples of line segments observed in your classroom. In your classroom, what are different examples are there for line segments? Just now I have listed several examples. So just observe which one is the example of a line segment. Which is having like this portion, yes or no? Like a straight line, and it is having end points also. Such type of shape is known as a line segment. So like that shape where we are getting, see, just observe textbook. Okay, let's take like this. Textbook is, we can able to take one side length, breadth of the textbook. The sides are referred as line segments. For eraser also, this one of the side is known as a line segment. Okay, line segment is nothing but edge of any of the figure. Edge of any figure is known as a line segment. Now just observe the example for these line segments. Where we are getting the line segment? Just now I told you, and we must write the objects which are examples for line segments that should be related to classroom, not outside. So now observe this. First example is, 5 examples we must list. First example is, as you wish you can write, that is your wish. I'm telling you, whatever I written, no need to follow the same thing. If you are getting new ideas, you can write. Now my first example is edge of the board. Board is also in rectangle shape, but completely we are not taking as a line segment, no? Just edge. Observe 1, 2, 3, 4 edges are there. Any edge is also is an example for line segment. And secondly, we have edge of the board, edge of the book. They are asking to write which are related to classroom. And thirdly, edge of edge of the door. Okay, and next edge of the scale, edge of the scale or ruler, and fifth one edge of the table. So all these are my 5 examples. So you try to write a new examples which you are observing in your surroundings as well as classroom. Okay, so I am giving one of the questions for today. Give 5 examples of line segments observed in your surroundings, not in the classroom, surroundings. So write same question, just instead of classroom, surroundings and telling. For example, edge of the TV screen is examples for line segment only. So all these are the examples for line segments, which we are observing in the classroom and out of the classroom also. So that is my one question today. Do that problem. Okay. Now coming to the second question. Why is it better to use a divider than a ruler? Use a divider than a ruler. Why? While comparing two lines. While comparing two line segments. So once again I am telling, observe why is it better to use a divider than a ruler while comparing two line segments. So already I told you, with the scale as well as with the divider we can able to measure the length of the line, we can able to compare the two line segments. But which one is better to use? See, for suppose, take this example. I have two line segments like this, AB, PQ. Now, if I am using scale, okay, how I have to find? First, what is the length of AB I must find? What is the length of PQ I must find with the scale? Okay, and after that, by observing the values, I can decide AB is greater or PQ is greater. But coming to divider, am I measuring AB length? No, just I'll keep it A and I'll keep it B. So I'll drag the another arm to B without disturbing that. I am not even doing anything. Without disturbing that, same length I must keep it P and Q. If it is lesser, lying lesser, then AB is lesser than PQ. If it is more, this line is more, PQ is more, AB is less than PQ. If you are getting the arc outside, then AB only more than PQ. If you are getting equal, then AB is equal to PQ. Directly we are telling that. We are not going for mentioning their measurements. Yes or no? So, while we are measuring the length, AB separately, PQ separately, and then we are comparing, it will take lots of time to measure. But coming to the divider, it will be easy to use as well as it will be easy to decide whether those are what is the relation between those two line segments, we can able to tell. Okay, so now what is the answer? Why is it better to use a divider? Why it is better? Because here by using the scale we need to find out the length of each of the line segments. It will take time. So to reduce the time, to less consumption of time, divider is better than ruler for comparing two line segments. And that is one of the advantage. And one more advantage is we are getting correct results. Even for scale, maybe you will get 1 point here and there by missing. But when we are comparing with the divider, there is no mistake. Small error also we will know. So it will give accurate results. That's why, what is the answer? Why is it better to use a divider than a ruler? It is better to use a divider than a ruler because it will take less time as well as it will give accurate results. So that is the reason. To compare two line segments, divider is two line segments. It is better to use divider than a ruler. So why they are asking, we need to write the reason also. Because divider gives correct answers as well as and it takes less time. Otherwise, it will use time consumption very less than while we are comparing with the scale. Okay. So once again observe, to compare two line segments, it is better to use divider than a ruler because divider gives correct answers and it takes less time to compare. Okay. So why it is better they are asking? Because divider taking less time to compute the result as well as it is taking easiest way. It is we can find out which one is greater in easiest way. So we can, and it is giving correct answers and using less time. That's why divider is better to use than ruler. Okay, that is the reason. Okay, once observe. Today what topics we discussed, now once we will see. So as our chapter name is measures of lines and angles, we are going to measure the length of the line segments as well as angles. Not only measurement, how we are going to construct also we will learn in this chapter. So before that, what are the different geometrical instruments are there? We have studied. First of all, we studied about scale. It is also termed as ruler. To draw any geometrical shape or to measure any geometrical shape, we need a scale. Secondly, protractor. Protractor is used to construct the angles and it is in the shape of a semicircle. It is having clockwise direction and anti-clockwise direction 0 to 180 degrees number. Each line, smaller line indicates 10 degrees, 1 degree. Okay. And on the scale also we have some of the measurements. 1 centimeter equal to 10 millimeters. That's why one smaller line indicates 0.1 centimeter. And next, after the protractor, we studied about so just remember today's topic, what we done, how to construct, how to measure the line segment, and what are the different examples for line segments. Why divider is better to use a ruler while we are comparing two line segments? Because so instruments are different types of instruments we have studied. So just we are going to use the scale and protractor in this chapter because we are going to measure only length of the lines as well as the angles. Okay. So how to measure as well as and the construction also. And while comparing which instrument we are using. To construct the line segments, we are using ruler as well as compass. But compass we don't have now. Just we are going to learn how we are using the scale to construct the line segments and to measure the length of the line segment. For suppose I have one of the line segment like this PQ. I don't know what is the length of PQ. In that case, we are using the instrument called scale or ruler to measure the length of PQ. So by using scale or ruler, how we are measuring? First we are placing the ruler at P and finding where is Q lying, which number it is opposite we are finding. From that we are finding its length. So suppose we are getting 5.3 centimeters. Means total 5 centimeters finished, and after that 3 smaller lines also covered. So 5.3 centimeters. This one is done by scale. Okay, and same thing we can do with the compass also, but not now. And how to compare two line segments. So PQ is my one of the line segment. If I don't know what is the length of PQ, and another line segment LM also I have. Comparison is nothing but what, which one is greater, which one is lesser, which one is, are they equal, we need to decide. Yes, for that we have the instrument called divider. Instead of scale, it is better to use. Why? Because here, if we are using the scale, we must find out the length of PQ as well as LM. And then we have to compare. So it is very lengthy process while comparing with the divider. So when we are using the divider, just we will not measure any of the length. Just we will place divider on PQ and we will check it with LM. If you are getting PQ is inside, that means LM is more. If you are getting PQ exactly on LM, that means PQ is equal to LM. If you are getting more than LM, then PQ is greater than LM. So while we are doing with the divider, it is taking less time to compare as well as difficultness also decreasing, and compulsory it will give correct results. Okay. So this is about measurements of lines and angles. Today just we have studied how to measure the what are the different examples of line segments and what are the different measurements instruments we are using to measure the lines. Scale and divider we are using now. So tomorrow's class we are going to construct line segments. For that you must have divider as well as scale. Okay.